Thank you, whoever said that.
Richard.
Richard found out. Okay. I guess we will need to restart
It's
for
still
YouTube's
not
sake.
live.
There will be a log, but it is live now. I guess
Yeah,
let's
it's live.
restart then. Okay, hello everyone. You probably know me. If you're looking on YouTube, then you know that I'm Edward Rusga and I'm creator of Desktop Commander, and I kind of work on all kinds of vibe coding and similar topics. And this is our first Desktop Commander office hours stream. It goes at the same time on our Discord in stage, and also is live streamed to YouTube. And we wanted to do this kind of office hours for some time, just to answer your questions, show what's new, what we are working on, answer your questions, maybe show you something, how to solve some kind of issues you have just live, and interact with more with our users. We wanted to do it for a while, and we finally starting. It's our first try. Maybe there will be some rough edges. Another thing that we want to speak about today is that there is another team member today on the stream. Maybe you saw him if you are part of our Discord community. There he's known as DC Dmitry, and he is helping me and working on this product very hard, at least since March. So say hi to him. He will be helping me with the stream.
Hey guys, nice to see you. By the way, if you're on Discord and or YouTube, feel free to leave the comments in the chat or comments on YouTube. Nice to see you again, guys.
Okay. So for the office hours, as I said, we wanted to show some things we worked on. We were already released. We are working on for future releases, answer your questions, and show some of the use cases. And sometimes, maybe if we have last topics, we will just have some kind of live vibe coding sessions on some of popular topics of the week or of the month. Today, we want to show you a couple of use cases from things that we released over last month. Let me go a little bit back to our GitHub releases page. And the use cases I wanted to show a little bit today, uh, uh, one of our YouTuber watchers says hello to you, Dmitry. Okay, so one of the things that we released over last month is interactive terminal sessions. Before, Desktop Commander could only start, read the results of the terminal processes, and terminate them, which is already was powerful, but interactive shells are much more powerful. And this is something we released, and I want to show a little bit more and explain how it works and what it can do. And example I wanted to show on is working with large amounts of data. And basically thing is that LLMs themselves, as you give them a lot of data directly, are not very good at understanding it because they are closer to humans. Like it's hard to connect a lot of dots in a lot of data. And also directly working with a lot of data is almost impossible because they're limited by tokens. For example, I prepared for us a file, Olympic CSV. And if we go to Claude and try to paste it, firstly, it's going to say that it's CSV file, but even if it was text file, it would say that it's too big, that it's 30 megabytes in size. Let's try another thing. Here I have a Google Studio. They today publicly have the biggest context window of million tokens. Recently, Claude also announced that their Sonnet model, Sonnet 4, now supports million token windows, but it's not really yet used this way in Claude itself, and it's kind of expensive. But let's see if we give Gemini 2.5 Flash that same file. So we are loading the file, and let's see what's going to happen. Dmitry, do you have any guesses of what would happen?
Yes, of course. I think it will stuck and will never respond to you because it's too much memory, too big file.
Maybe people in the chat can guess what's going to happen. Oh, it's already showing what's happened. So if you wanted to guess, then yeah, too late. So what it says is that this CSV file contains 16 million tokens, which is 16 times more than Gemini or any other model on the market supports. I think there were some rumors about 10 million token window models, but nothing was released, and I'm not sure. It's kind of known that even if they have this kind of large window, they cannot use it fully. They will focus on some parts and miss everything else, depending on what you ask. So anyways, Gemini cannot use this file. So what can we do when we have Desktop Commander? And I can check that here I have Desktop Commander on this machine. I can just give the path to the file and ask something like, hey, what interesting things can you find in this file? What is it about? And let's have a little bit fun. What fun stuff would you share on YouTube's stream? I have a typo. So let's see what's gonna happen. Hey, Gabestino. I hope I'm not like brutalizing the way to pronounce your name. So it's trying to get information about the file first. It actually did try to read it. Oh my god. But okay. So it's 41 megabyte. Okay. And now it starts a process. We can see that it starts a process of Python with I, which means it's an interactive mode. What this means is that it starts a process where Python is running and it can send code snippets interactively and see responses. And it says that it imports CSV library, checks things. It already checked that it's about Olympic Games and it has almost 300,000 lines of records about Olympic Games. So we can see that in this case, it can actually work with it. And it tries to pull a bunch of other information to find something interesting about the data set.
Yeah, so what happens here, it's with the stock commander, model is not trying to read it and put everything into context. The model learned about the file, trying to understand the way how the model can interactively understand the context, read some maybe 10, 20, 50 records, get some context, and now can use search limits and queries to better get like more context and put it in meaning work with this in more smart way through the code instead of blindly put everything in the context.
Yeah, so basically it puts code between itself and large piece of data so it can reduce it to something that it can use. It's way closer, again, LLMs are closer to humans. They work with, I don't know, insights, not with big amounts of data.
Yeah, there is no point of putting like 16 million records in the file if you will search only for, I don't know, the gold medals, right? So you can search only for records where there is gold medals and get it there, get this information from the data without even reading the rest.
Okay, so let's take a look quickly. Hey, Dota to Immortal, I see your question. I will get to it in a second. Let's finish a little bit with the analysis that we got here. So so it's Olympic Games dataset. Let's see about what YouTube-worthy discoveries it got. That only 14% got medals. So if you have a medal, you're at top 15 of all athletes, maybe actually more. So oldest Olympian was 97 years old, John Quincy Adams, and he was at art competition from 1928. So there were art competition in Olympic Games in 28, and there was the oldest ever participant. The youngest was Dimitrios Londros, who was just 10 years old in gymnastics, and it was 1896. I'm not sure such young people participate in full Olympics today, but average age is 25 years. So it pulled it out of a lot of data. And we didn't spend a lot of tokens because it actually just pulled the data in format of this kind of requests, where it just gets like, yeah, 45% in 2016 were women and so on. So yeah, this is how you can allow LLMs to work with a large amount of data without spending tokens, which makes a lot of sense and that is efficient. And then in agentic way, I can help with code to do that. Okay, now let's actually get to a question from our YouTube live stream. So Dota2 Immortal asked about analyzing browser requests using an MCP. And Dmitry already asking him questions in terms of for now I can just answer that it depends on how you first get the requests. I wonder, I don't think I have here the, yeah, I don't think, actually I have Chrome MCP, but that's the wrong one. I wonder if Playwright actually can do this kind of thing. So there is a lot of questions of how to analyze the requests. During what situations? Are you logged in somewhere? Is it during debugging of your own application? Usually people today use Playwright, but it's not perfect, but still it connects to the debugger interface, and I never try to intercept the network requests. I guess we could try. What do you think, Dmitry? Should we try Playwright for this today?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, let's try to find Playwright, install it. So Playwright MCP. Reason to use Puppeteer or Playwright MCP. You want to automate the process of inspecting website requests. Which website and
Yeah.
which environment? Are you developing your own website, or you want to see requests of some public website or something? Give us a website you want to request, analyze requests of. I guess let's do it this way. So let's do
I think
this.
it's more like get the list of APIs that website is using, and then based on this, create like external tool to automate these requests. So, for example, you have LinkedIn or something, and you can automate LinkedIn actions by just sending specific requests to the backend of the LinkedIn. Is it something you was trying to achieve?
This is not correctly how I did it. It needed to be only this, not here.
The problem with this inspect websites request is you need to also capture the cookies and send it to the request. So you need to act like a browser. So the LinkedIn or other website will not block you because you are the bot or just crawler that trying to capture and like everything from the website. But overall, I think you can do it with even with the stop commander. You can tell the stop commander, hey, go to this site, read the files, read the JavaScript, extract all the external requests, and show me the list of the requests.
Okay, so we should have Playwright. It's here. I need to enable. So do we have a website to analyze? Yeah, we don't. I don't know. Open in Playwright some Wikipedia page and capture network requests. What are show me types. I don't know, let's try this. Let's try analyze some kind of Wikipedia page. Why Wikipedia? Because it doesn't require login. One problem with using Playwright for some of the use case, I'm not sure what your use case is. So it's opening the Playwright, it opened the Wikipedia page. It now actually can inspect network requests. It got them. And for this page, main HTML, I wonder if it can say anything about sizes, like, I don't know. So, but I'm not sure, like Dota to Immortal, what kind of use case you had in terms of what is, like, in what kind of situation you wanted to do it and for what kind of purpose, reason, or goal that helps actually to narrow down closer on.
You want to automate. As far as I
But
understand,
automate
you want
what?
to automate interaction with website.
So extraction of, for example, scraping a website, I guess. Then maybe.
Might be.
We can
It's
actually
not
do something
necessary. Maybe
fun.
some kind of do some activities on the website to maybe to connect with all peoples on LinkedIn, or maybe if it's some game portal, it's I don't know, interact with other players, send them
Yeah, but I mean,
requests,
you're guessing.
messages.
Dota 2 Immortal didn't share with
Yes,
us exactly what he wanted to do. I just tested to analyze the amount of, and it failed. Yeah, so Playwright is not stable in some situations. Something's failing and there is no error. That's not good. I actually should return. So you're
Well,
asking
this
about
really works with
Cloudflare. I
Claude.
guess you're asking because they have some kind of a bot protection on some websites. So you probably you are interested in scraping. Well, depends on what, like again, depends on what you're trying to do. Like for example, another MCP that I use sometimes if I am interested. Actually, it still failed. Something's failing about trying to interact with the page for it. I asked it to count words on the page and it's failing. Now it actually took a screenshot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Scraping.
about scraping.
Yeah, so scraping, I myself am playing a little bit with with connecting to browser in a way I like. But if you, so I would say that if we are interested in scraping this way, there are two ways to go about it that somewhat work, but you should be careful. You can still end up being bound yourself. I know there is browser use MCP. That one requires you to install their Chrome extension. And then you need to connect, also installing their MCP. MCP connects to Chrome extension, and then it tries to use your browser with your account. And then it kind of looks like you. You can still sometimes hit some kind of robot checks when you will maybe need to check them. And that is one variant. Another variant, if you're interested exactly in scraping, there is a solution that is not free. I actually do use it. It's called Bright Data, and it can scrape websites. So, for example, one of the websites that is usually not friendly to scraping is, for example, LinkedIn. Find out everything about AdWords rules on LinkedIn, and I will just leave Bright Data on. And I will actually turn off the internal Claude so it doesn't get confused. The Bright Data is pretty good. The only issue with it is that it's not free. They have scrapers with workarounds for those bot things. Actually, try to do it through here. No, sorry, I don't want it to be done through Playwright. Let's try again. Playwright disabled. Do it with Bright Data this time. Wait, I don't need the process. It's actually scraping now with beautiful soap. Why is it not using Bright Data? Oh, I turned it off by
I think the tools are disabled. Yeah,
yeah.
enable tools.
Whoops. Sorry. Try number 3. We actually have another use case. I want to generate a gift card which I can then print. I wanted it to be A4.
Oh, this is really great case.
I actually did this before, not exactly for postcards, but we can try to do it, yes. So,
Yeah,
okay,
because
back to
when we
scraping.
have access to terminal, yeah, go ahead.
So back to scraping, it searched through Bright Data, but then it actually went to scrape my LinkedIn page. The tool execution failed. Interesting. Not super lucky today. Usually that works. Something on Bright Data side. Yeah, okay, now it succeeded. So it scraped actually my LinkedIn page and can tell you everything that, yeah, I work at stealth startup now. I have a bunch of followers and connections, blah, 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 and all kinds of information about me. So they do work around the bot detection. This is their business, but it's paid. Like you will be paying some kind of cents for each kind of this small research of this type.
Yeah,
So
you have followers.
I would for what you're doing, Jabastino, I would probably do it differently. I guess we could try it now again. So I
Let's
have,
try it.
yeah. So I have desktop commander. We don't need this. Uh, I need to give it a folder, so give me a sec to work on. Create a new folder in I want a gift card for, not gift card, was it a birthday card? I want HTML of birthday card to be printed later, so it needs to be A4. Create a folder, create HTML, open browser. Let's do it this way. By the way, we have something on Discord, no?
Yes, there is a person joining, but overall. Yeah, so right now we are trying to solve the case of Agostino about the gift card. Generate gift card with the and print it out. It should be on A4 landscape, and we want to generate HTML for this, and then turn this HTML to PDF.
I actually have an S for landscape. I will see what it does, but we can ask it to adjust afterwards. So we have a card. It did animations, not sure we need them. So what I would then do is I would use print service of the browser for it. So this is how it's gonna come, like, get printed.
It's actually better to tell Claude to change HTML to be printer friendly.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
you can create the
Can you
non-printable
add
styles
printer-friendly style?
and remove animation.
Remove animations.
But maybe.
Yeah, guess this will be enough. And I don't remember, did you ask for a landscape? Landscape, you did. Okay, sorry, I will ask for landscape, didn't notice that. But usually when I need to print, this is what I do, because basically there are a lot of products on the market in the browsers that need to be print friendly. The Wikipedia itself is print friendly. So usually there is a thing called print CSS, which modifies the page to be good in printed form. It disables what's not needed. It like makes everything adjusted the way it's needed and so on. So and the AIs learn from this, so they should know how to do it. So now it's actually modifying it based on what I asked. And next thing I want it to be a landscape version, not not vertical. Let's first see what is gonna happen here. So okay, no animations. We go to print. We can actually, I remember that in some cases, so this is how it looks now. And horizontal and add print button. I remember that it can do print buttons.
It can put the print button on the postcard.
Yeah, but in theory, if it does it right and print CSS, it should be hidden. Let's see if it does it without asking.
Yeah, for the printing with PDF, it's I can Control P and it will print it. Command P or Windows P.
But
I
it's
don't
still
remember
cool
what
to
kind
have a
of button.
button.
Yeah.
Okay, so it added our other stuff. So now it's horizontal, and we can print. And we can see that it's already
Yay.
horizontal even in print. So it supported even that use case. I would say that it actually looks
nice.
better.
Yeah, the colors.
It's okay.
Gradient is not
Yeah.
supported by the print. Ask him.
Actually,
Hey, make it for kid's birthday. Add more
I can
some
do
kind
that.
of images on the back.
But I don't really need that. Anyways, you can iterate from there in the sense that make it take full size, make it even more interestingly.
What do you think, Bastino? Is it something you was looking for? Did it solve your problem? If you have any more cases, you can share it on the Discord chat or in the YouTube comments.
Okay, I guess this is the last try of making it more interesting, and we can switch to other topics.
Amazing, Faustino. Looks like this is what he's looking for.
Yeah. I wonder if it's gonna break things now. Maybe I asked something too complex.
He asking to add the photo from local folder to the card.
Okay. Birthday photo.
You can put the stop commander logo
Of a
and put it on happy
person.
birthday.
I like this one. Let's save it. I will actually can I do it like this?
Yeah, you're copying path from to the folder to the file and
Move
asking
this
Claude to use
photo
this file
to
inside the store.
folder of gift card and use it as photo of a person on a gift card. You can even take a look at it to make design a postcard closer to photo. They see logo on a cake. I think for that we'll need an AI model.
Yeah, Gabastino. Yeah, Gabastino, we would love to see this cake. Can you take a photo and share with us? It'd be amazing.
From the last news on that front is that Google released cheap, fast model for video, for image editing. Actually,
Yeah,
just for fun, I just noticed they have it in AI Studio. I wonder if we can do that. So let's see. They have a model, Gemini Flash Images. Let's go and ask desktop commander
I think it
logo.
was image preview because it was not released as fully, no?
Let's see. Maybe it's gonna work. Here is logo of a product. Use it on a birthday cake. Let's see. I don't know what's gonna happen. Could be fun. Okay. Yay.
Yeah, kind of expect result.
That it's not super good. Well, or what? What do you mean?
I don't know. It's like just flat logo
Yeah.
on the cake.
Well, let's ask. Make cake in style of a logo. Well designed. What's nice about it is that it's fast. I do really
Yeah.
like latest ChatGPT images, but they are slow. This one's is cheaper and faster, and pretty good at
Can we
like
go back to the
editing.
case with the photo?
Yeah, let's see what it
Oh,
did.
now it's better.
So now it's like
Oh,
this. Not bad. It's actually pretty good.
try to print it. Yeah,
Maybe not very
that
good
looks
use
the
of
same.
space, but
Layout, yeah, layout should be better.
I
But I
mean,
really like the
considering that it did like, I mean, it's editing text. This is done with text.
yeah,
I mean, this is
yeah,
when you think about what it's doing, like imagine you doing this with text. You haven't seen the screen. Okay, this is a better birthday cake for to see.
yeah. This is really good. You see the shape of the cake at the bottom are really similar to the shape of the logo.
Okay,
These connections.
let's modify it again. I have moved this one and take a look at the design card to match this new image and use it. Let's try again. Yeah, having a bit of fun here.
Sebastian, if you have some issues with this postcard case, please share on the join Discord and share. Maybe we can help you to solve some problems with it if you have it.
So what's interesting about the desktop commander in the sense that it can read images. It can give them to a model so it sees them. It's not very well known case, but and we actually want to add, we know that it's possible to support PDF this way as well. It's on our roadmap. So if you're interested in PDFs, tell us. But for now, we support images as well. It can see that, hey, whoa, it's a stunning birthday cake with this C and happy birthday text. So it sees the image. While it's working, you cannot see it, but later we can see here when it will finish, we will be able to see here that it actually saw the image. So let's see what's gonna do.
Not
So
just see, but understand what's on the image.
Yeah.
Because he's not treated as a file or something. He read the context of the image, understand what's on the image, and will use it accordingly in the context of the postcard. At least I hope so.
In that sense, by the way, the probably most interesting models are actually from Google because they also support audio this way. In theory, you can send pictures,
Nice.
PDFs, and audio into Gemini models, and it will understand them. It will embed them, will be able to answer questions. I think even videos work, not sure.
So you can create a website postcard with the photo and the audio when people open it. If you remember, 10, 15 years ago, it was really popular. Share a link for happy birthday. People open it. There is a music around. There is a photo, best wishes, cake, whatever, like some fancy animation. Yeah, so instead of
Giabastino wanted printed one. Okay, so it did something.
yeah.
Let's stop here. We had enough of fun, so you can see.
Oh wow,
I actually
it's
like
a
it.
red flag. Yeah.
Okay, text in printed form is a little bit broken. You can ask for it a little bit. It's interesting. It's white here, and in printed form, it's not. Like it lost some CSS in print form. Bit weird, but it can be asked to be fixed. In theory, we can even ask weirder things. Can you now print? Can you now kind of print it to image and take a look? Let's see what it's gonna do. I know. No, 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 not artifact. No, 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 no. Can you use terminal for that work? I know it can manipulate things or maybe do it through playwright to actually print the file and then take a look. Not sure it's gonna work now, but let's see. I actually it's trying to do it with Python. Yes, so now it uses headless
Maybe
Chrome for that. But it's taking a screenshot. But is it screenshot in print mode? Actually, it did. But I'm not sure it did the printed version. Let's see.
yeah, because you mentioned that you can
Yeah,
turn it to open
it
with
took the
playwright.
screenshot, but not in print form. Just for explanation, what I was trying to do was that I wanted to close the loop. I wanted to allow the model to see the printed result and see what the problem is and fix it. But okay, this could take additional time. Okay. Yeah, but
Okay, maybe
I see
we will.
Giabastino reacted this way that yes, but you don't even need to playwright. It can through terminal directly manipulate Chrome. You can see that it's actually asked Chrome to take a screenshot in headless form. You didn't even need playwright installed when you're using desktop commander. This is what's a little bit magical about it. You basically recently the way I described it, desktop commander gives AI a tool as a tool a whole computer, so it can kind of use a whole computer as a tool with some limitations. Okay, I don't know. Like I had one more thing I wanted to show how to use CLIs like BigQuery using desktop commander. I'm not sure. Are we going into it? How do you feel about it, Dmitry?
Yeah, I think let's do one more use case to show like this. I think this BigQuery is more advanced because we it's like similar to what you showed before with big file reading,
Yeah,
right?
but
But it
on
will
remote stuff.
be through, yeah, on
Yeah.
remote data source.
Yeah, so I wanted to show a little bit on how we internally as a team work today. Kind of it's a new like a fashion of AI first companies and something. So one interesting hack of how to use Claude with Desktop Commander today is you can create a project, and I have here a project for Desktop Commander stuff where all the instructions I have, they're almost empty, just some description of main files I have around like Desktop Commander work. Mostly it just points to folders. Now I can ask it is that, hey, there is a CLI, a BigQuery CLI folder. So we do collect some data that is anonymous telemetry data about the users just to see who are you, not who, but how Desktop Commander is used to see the issues. So we can see that something broke, that we can improve, or some use cases are not working very well. It's anonymous. We don't see who the person is. We don't see what is in the files. We just see what kind of tools are used. Nothing about the content. So it's all like private, but still gives us some information to work with. So we have this data in Google's BigQuery tables, and sometimes we want to work with it, and working with it means doing SQL queries, which sometimes you just want to ask something. For example, today we know what kind of clients people use. So I can ask, hey, there is a BigQuery CLI folder, take a look at how to use it, and then pull for me information about most popular client uh, name parameters to see how much different clients well, no, to see what kinds of clients are most popular. There are already some queries in the folder, so it's probably gonna get inspired by them. I can maybe go and show you the folder itself, which is this one. And maybe let's sort it by kind. So you can see a lot of CSV files of some analysis I run. You can see SQL that was run against BigQuery. You can see a little bit of SH, but actually they are not needed today. I mostly use just like some wrappers around Google CLIs. And so what then Desktop Commander with Claude does is that it goes, lists files there, finds a directory, reads the README file, learns how to use all of this, and actually even starts to run queries against the BigQuery. Gets the results. We can already see in not formatted way. It's reading results, analyzing, and let's see what it's gonna report. Okay, we have a new joiner, Max Siebel. Hi. So yes, you're late a little bit. Thank you. And you are, yeah, I also use it with FFmpeg. I actually love doing some weird things today where you can ask Desktop Commander to install Whisper, transcribe the video with timestamps. It can then read the transcript, and then you can ask to cut it by the timestamps in transcript to get some small parts of the video, so it can almost help you with some kind of video editing. I sometimes do this kind of tricks. Okay, so then what we see is that we have a bunch of, by the way, one of the popular ones is for us an MCP client, and we have no idea what that is. If anyone knows what is the MCP client, please share. We are interested to learn. We don't know who that is, what is this client, who is using it. So yeah, share later if you know on Discord or on YouTube comments. We will be really thankful. We're trying to understand it, but as I said, we are collecting pretty anonymous information, so we have no idea. We just know that it's there. But in reality, yeah, Claude AI is Claude Desktop, and Cursor, who actually reports itself as Cursor VS Code. And then Claude Code is the number 4. And recently, a bunch of people are also using us in Docker. We actually added support for better support for Docker, and still there are some things to fix. We are still collaborating with people from Docker to improve things. of how desktop commander works in Docker and with mounting, with containers. But yeah, so this is the use case. Why it's interesting and important today is that with this kind of tools and with CLIs, basically LLMs are pretty good in using text that is human text, that is understandable. They are not very good at using data directly. In this sense, they're not very good at using REST APIs because REST APIs are made to be consumed by code, by SDKs, by applications. It's application layer interface, all kinds of REST APIs. But what's interesting about command line interfaces and Unix philosophy is that it's text in, text out, and it's meant to be used both by applications and by humans. So you can use command line interfaces as a human, which means that LLMs are actually good at using command line interfaces. And where I was going
And
with
through
it.
command line, you can work with huge amount of data. Like we show in the first case, we have 16 million tokens file, and it was not possible to work directly with LLM, but through some kind of CLI layer, we can LLM can start querying the data and asking the type of data the model need right now to solve the case, right? And
And it
same
can
happens here
can
with
write code to make it even more agile in what and how it does. It can
yes.
adapt and wrap and manipulate and orchestrate multiple CLIs.
Can you
And that's
return back to the BigQuery
yeah.
chat? Maybe let's show some tools like how it's like a what kind of CLI tools it's execute.
Yeah, so
So
mainly
here,
in this
yeah.
case, it used Node with a script, and it gave it a SQL query to run against the query. But we can ask how and this run query works. What does it use? It sees the code, it can adapt it. This code is actually more of a kind of adaptation to how I want to use, but internally it's actually using Google Cloud command line interface, and I think one more. I don't remember which.
So we still can operate, like read the data from the database, but we're hiding all this complexity of querying, understanding where the data is, what kind of data we should ask, like a schema of the tables. Everything is behind this CLI tool, and we can interact with LLM only by asking questions.
So we can see here is that yes, it's Node, there is like scripts, but in reality it uses underneath BQ in terminal, which is Google's BigQuery command line interface, which does a lot of things, but I'm wrapping around it to customize how I want it to work so that LLM doesn't need to each time do a lot of things that are repeatable. And then save tokens, save time, so on. But it also uses Google uh, uh, let's ask next question. How does it authorize access? Because it uses the second one, which is Google Cloud command line interface through which it authorizes, and then the BigQuery command line can use it. But why this is interesting is that in reality, this desktop folder that we share in the team, it contains a lot of our connections like this. And then we can do something like a knowledge work or context engineering across multiple of our data sources. We can pull data from surveys, pull data from our code base, pull data from BigQuery, analyze something, make decisions. And this is kind of like how AI first companies are starting to operate today, where they have all the data in one, like composable into one context when they are solving problems. It basically queries multiple of systems, get everything in one place, and can like do things. Yeah, you can see that this is how it logs in with gcloud out. Okay, so this is probably the second case that I wanted to show, and mostly that was all we wanted to do today. And I mean, we are already 50 minutes in approximately. So yeah, I guess this is gonna be it for today. Unless we have some final questions.
I think there are no questions. It was nice to have questions from Agostino and Dr. 2 Immortal. And nice to see the Max case about the video editing with FFmpeg. It's a really advanced case where people can use terminal to use this FFmpeg. We also use the image magic to optimize images for the SEO, to improve our SEO. Just share what's wrong with your web page to the desktop commander with the Claude and tell them where your website is. And the Claude will do everything with the desktop commander.
Actually,
It will
Max is
optimize for
continuing to
SEO.
share killer use cases. I really like the last one he shared. So he's sharing that he used it to receive videos from clients and build HTML pages, resize and trim and whatever. It's actually an interesting thing. I was also playing with trimming all kinds. It's pretty cool. I remember I actually was trying to trim video from like a long form to a short. I'm not using it today, but it's also possible. But I really like the second thing he mentioned, that in one case, it helped Max to identify the wrote code codec. And this is actually, by the way, not sharing screen here, but not many people on Discord anyways. So this, I think this is the most powerful thing. Through terminal, it sometimes can debug things in minutes that would take me hours. Like we had situations where some of our stuff was not working on a colleague machine, and we ourselves couldn't understand it. And at some point, we just gave desktop commander to hey, can you check? It did try a couple of things, and it started working like in a minute. And yeah, we didn't know what that was. It was something about SSL certificates, and it just started working. So the debugging use case sometimes is very powerful. So Frank R, what is your question? Maybe join Discord, share it there. We will answer, or we will make next week a stream where we answer that. Let's give you a couple of minutes. Maybe we'll be already finishing today's stream.
But just to explain the guys, like we are planning to have this stream live event for 1 hour at least once per week on Wednesday or something like this. So if you have any questions and missed this call, this office hour, feel free to join the next week and ask any question.
Okay, Frank, let's take it to Discord, or let's take it to the next week. Thank you everyone for joining, and join again. Let's have a little bit more fun next time as well, and we will share more of things that we did.
Happy white coding, everyone.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Let's stop this. Yeah, Imperium, join next week. We will be happy to have you.
It's not, if you have a question, you can ask it
Actually,
in Discord.
Stop this stream again. Already.
Yeah, stop it.